in that video, I did make a mistake by referring to Leafy as my friend.
This was Leafy's idea to destroy Pyrocynical.
And that was what you meant, right, when you tweeted at Pyro while you was
Yes,
doing
of
live?
course. I mean, the opposite happened. I said, this is stupid, I don't want to do it.
So for this chapter, Ethan points out that there was never proof he'd conspired with other YouTubers to take down Pyro, aside from his conversation with Leafy. And that in my video, I cite Leafy and Pyro to say that he did. And in hindsight, I definitely see that that was an error. I want to say, though, that this wasn't an act of bad faith. I think it more so shows that I had tunnel vision and a clear confirmation bias, something I'd definitely be more careful about today. I think my bias was mainly because Chapter 1 is a setup for Chapter 9, the finale, where, that Leafy rant is used to contradict your treatment toward Shoe Nice, which I'll get into later. I remember at the time I actually sided closer with you than Leafy. And the main thing that changed was how I saw you were treating Shoe Nice. I interpreted that as this guy's been disingenuous the whole time, or your character has diminished over time. So I didn't put it past you. As far as the DMs go, I've never been able to find like the full proper DM list. In my head, I was like thinking that you like handled the idea toward Leafy to make the exposed video, and Leafy was the one saying he's gonna make it, but neither of you did. And yeah, that was presumptuous on my part. I agree.
At this point, I'll totally own that this was a really bad take and a huge mistake. I was definitely hypocritical in this moment. That's true. I'll own that. I think I was too cocky and confident. And yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I was way too cocky, and that whole episode was outrageous. I'm just going to say this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. This was awful. I was fully in the wrong. I mean, there's no question about it. And it's just awful. I really feel bad that I spoke ill of Scares. Fully with you on this one,
That he sounded like he was very comfortable using it. And then there's footage, man.
You're right.
Of you
Totally
being
right.
super comfortable. Chapter 2 and 3 you concede on, which, all right. You should always support your friends.
No. I mean, I disagree with that premise.
So do I. I mean, you pause it before I complete the sentence, and it's very clearly sarcastic.
You should always support your friends.
When they have more subs than you and public opinion is on your side.
Oh. Wouldn't that go against his theory that he's leading to is that I criticized PewDiePie when he said the N-word. So I was going against public opinion.
No, you were going completely in line with public opinion. You jumped on the hot topic and chastised PewDiePie condescendingly after he had already apologized. You made a spectacle of your friend's mistake and were shown to be hypocritical. That's why public opinion turned on you, not because you didn't approve of him saying the M-word. You got a guest cameo from PewDiePie.
Even if you're friends, you can still criticize. I know what I did was wrong.
The whole podcast was definitely a mistake, and I do apologize for dogpiling on you.
People on the internet really like to get mad for other people's sake. I get that a lot.
That didn't really add much, but I understand that the guest cameos are more for your audience and, just to show people that the people I featured in my video don't really care, which I never make the argument that you ruined their life or anything. I'm just displaying the way that you treated them, which was largely poorly, at least in my eyes. Their cameos are much more of a PR projection than they are a reflection of my criticism. All of them except for Jontron, which it's actually pretty valuable information that Jontron was well aware that you would be discussing the topic. And yeah, I think that was actually a good cameo to have.
You didn't blindside me, basically. But no, we talked about going over the topic. It was kind of sensitive. But was there malice, blindsiding? I don't think so. I know not so.
How could you say I don't think so?
I realized it came off wrong.
Come.
Jontron literally looks like he's stuck in an episode of Black Mirror or some kind of insane asylum with a gun pointed to his cock.
This was not a situation of malintent. I can say that for a fact.
I take your word for it. But at the time, I don't think that ruined what I was saying. What we saw on screen was Jontron being very visibly uncomfortable with you continuing to pry into this line of questioning, and John continually asking you to stop, and you continuing. That's very clear to see, and it was a very clear example of you not really caring about John's wishes.
Yeah, I should have definitely just moved on. That's for sure. I understand how he could read into it and see that, but lacking the context of the episode and speculating that I just blindsided him is not true.
Mm-hmm. It's edited to make the whole thing even worse.
Yeah, I mean, it was a full podcast, and he's just cutting awkward looks and stuff.
Yeah, looking way too deep into some facial expressions.
I agree with this criticism, actually. It's totally fair. Starkiller had pointed out that I cut this portion too liberally, and I had made that clear in the pinned comment of the original video. But yeah, I was just trying to juxtapose the parts where John was asking him to not continue with this line of questioning, and then where Ethan would continue.
嚟得啦，係超安公啊！